Welcome back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in Manila for the continuing coverage of the 2024 AVC Challenge Cup for Women. And just as the rain pours, the fans continue to pour inside the venue as we see both teams arrive here in the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Team Iran going up against Australia for the final game day of the eliminations. Both teams looking to end their campaign in the eliminations with a win to hope to get to the next round, finish as the second in Pool A. As we take a look at all the players getting set once again. They have arrived here at the venue despite the rains, and also the fans are joining us here inside as we take a look at the matches for this Sunday. We already done with 2 games a while ago. Vietnam winning over Indonesia in 4 sets, while Kazakhstan winning against Hong Kong in straight sets. And right now, it's Iran versus Australia. Thank you for joining us over on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip De Bianco on call for this match, joined by Noreen Go. Noreen, we know that both of these teams are looking to get a win, especially for Iran. They want to get a 3 or 4 set win because they're playing for the second spot.
Well, you're right. You know, the morning games has already we established the cast for the semifinals. Pool A, these 2 teams, they're fighting it out. Australia, if they win, that's it. Australia goes on to the semis. Iran, if they win, they have to win in 3 or 4 sets to add or to make some complications in that seat for the semis.
Now, you mentioned those complications because for Iran, if they get the win, there will be a triple tie. Of course, there will be a point system. We'll have to take a look at the ratio between the sets of both teams. But for Australia, a win here will seal the number 2 slot for the semifinals in our tournament. As we take a look at both of these teams right now, let's take a look at Iran first. This is a team that you covered last night. They just played in the final game against the Philippines, Noreen.
Well, they did lose in straight sets. So with that loss, they actually, in the FIVB World Rankings, they dropped from 57 to 60. So how they will respond to that is interesting. And we have to mention their go-to player is number 1, Aitak Salamat, who actually played very well the entire tournament, but yesterday limited to 10. So they're hoping for more production, more point output in today's game.
I will get to more of her later on, but we take a look at the lineup this time of Australia. More familiar names here. Caitlin Tipping has been one of them, playing well, and we take a look at the lineup of Australia.
Yeah, you talked about her, Caitlin Tipping and Michaela Stevens, both actually playing for Sweden. No? So they are expats in their own rights. And we have to mention Australia with their performance here in the AVC. They actually improved from 59 to 56. So they've overtaken Iran in terms of the world standing. So we're going to see today's game.
And good for them to, of course, recover after that loss against the Philippines, pick themselves up and win yesterday against India. Meanwhile, let's talk about the player that you mentioned a while ago for Iran, Aitak Salamat, her performance against the Philippines last night.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled throughout the match because we have to give it to Team Philippines. Just played an all-around spectacular game, made the right stop. So Team Iran was actually struggling to find people to convert. However, Aitak Salamat still able to score 10 points, but we have to say she was the lone double-digit scorer. So they need more from the rest, more from the team. And Dorsa, we have to say she played very well. She's going to have to find the solution in today's game.
A lot more than those 10 points from her, and of course, from her teammates. As we look at Caitlin Tipping, if you thought that her first game was already good, the last performance last night had her 27 points and that win against India.
Well, she's showing us why she is an expat and why she's playing pro volleyball in Sweden together with her teammate Michaela Stevens. You know, they're leading the squad, but you did say Caitlin.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, Manila, Philippines, for the continuation of the AVC Challenge Cup 2024 Women's Division. This is match number 19 of the tournament, the preliminary round match of Pool A between the national teams of Iran and their opponents, Australia. Introducing our 2 international referees in charge of match number 19. First referee is Thong Nguyen Huy from Vietnam. Our second referee is Matsuri from Indonesia. now let's meet the starters. First, for Iran. Opposite hitter number 1, Aitak Salamat, team captain. Setter number 2, Torsa Falang. Outside spiker number 7, Shaggy Hassan Khani. Middle blocker number 9, Rayhane Karimi. Middle blocker number 16, Mobina Kafarian. And outside spiker number 18, Elahe Pursaling. Starting libero number 5, Mohadese Mushtaq. And the head coach for Iran is Padite Bulurizadeh. Calling on the starters of Australia. Setter number 3, Michaela Stevens, team captain. Outside spiker number 4, Caitlin Tipping. Opposite hitter number 9, Emma Burton. Middle blocker number 11, Cassie Todd. Outside spiker number 23, Ella Champort. And middle blocker number 25, Kara Inskip. Starting libero number 8, Alicia Sims. Head coach for Australia is Russell Borcho.
Let's take a look at the starters for Iran in this matchup against Australia. You have Aitak, Dorsa, Mohadese. You also have Rehane, Elane for them. And meanwhile, we take a look at Australia. Dodge, Shabort, Stevens, Burton, Tipping, Inskip, and Sims as their libero. As we welcome you all to our coverage over on Pilipinas Live on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco alongside Noreen Go calling this match our third of this Sunday, the final game of the eliminations, because after today, Noreen, we still have the semifinals and of course the final day for this tournament. Once again, this is the 2024 AVC Challenge Cup. Both teams looking to get a big win to propel them to the semifinals, and Iran gets the first point.
Yeah, looking at the starting sixes of both these teams, the same from the previous matches. So obviously the coaches are comfortable with the composition and the chemistry of the different sixes.
That one sails out for Iran. Well, both of these teams played yesterday here in Manila. Meanwhile, Iran, the last team to play last night against Philippines. You covered that game, Noreen. It ended in straight sets. What do you think happened with Iran in that match that wasn't able to get them a set win against the host country?
Well, their biggest problem was their passing. You know, they couldn't seem to give it to the setter, to Dorza. Dorza is a very good setter. For her to struggle, you know that's how much problems they had with their first pass. So that's what they want to correct after yesterday's loss.
Well, let's see how they will be able to adjust. Meanwhile, Australia has been on point with their blocking all throughout the tournament. I remember in that first game they had against Chinese Taipei, had a huge block party.
Their last match against India, the block party continued. They had 16 blocks. And then, you know, Iran only had 2 against Team Philippines. So for them, they started with a stuff block. That's a good sign for Team Iran. They want to improve on that aspect.
Yeah. Now we see the length of this Australian team compared to the other squads we have in the tournament. That's their advantage. But not to count out these other countries as Iran retakes the lead here, 3-2.
That's what you want to see from Iran. A good, solid start. Because I did mention in yesterday's game, they have the material. They just learn to they need to learn to come together as a team.
They're up by 1 here. The attack sent back. They transfer back row from Tipping, but that sails out.
Boy, good defense being displayed by Iran here. That was a pretty flat follow through for Tipping.
2-point lead for Iran. That serve went wide, and the lead is cut down to a single point.
Well, we did mention that also in yesterday's game. You want to avoid, especially if you're Iran, you want to avoid these service errors because, you know, you don't want to be giving free points to your opponents. You want them to earn their points.
Check there, ball slowed down. Stevens goes to Tipping, who targets down the line.
Just one play.
Now, she had 27 points to her name yesterday.
Monster number.
And I'm sure there's more left in her tank. Talking about Caitlin Tipping. That one is outside. A couple of service errors for both teams.
I love reading the history of these players. We did mention Tipping played in Sweden. So, you know, what she learned while playing in Sweden, she's bringing it here in the AVC. That's why we always say there is a transfer of information.
Yeah. Their experience from all over the world being brought to this stage as well. Stevens.
Oh,
the crowd appreciating the effort on the defensive side, but this time it's called a double contact violation.
But you admire the way they're hustling, you know, talking about the defense of Iran.
Yeah.
Good digging. That was such a wasted opportunity on their end.
You like how the fans got into that as well. A drop. Then it works.
Salamat. Playing it smart. One thing they have to realize also, no, is like Salamat, you are a strong hitter, but you can score the point also by just dropping and tipping.
Yeah. And they need more of her contributions, not just 10 points, if they want to get a chance here. They're up by a point. Tipping. Changing speed. Green shirts able to pick it up. The bump by Sims. Tried to go for that angle, but it went short for Burton.
Well, you can see the miss hit, you know, the follow through was more risk than anything else. Yeah. She had the right thing in mind. If you go cross court, the blockers were covering the line.
Yeah. 2-point lead. Iran with a chance to increase further. The push. Picked up by Shabort. Here comes Tipping again. That's long and out. And this is going to be the biggest lead of Iran in this set number 1.
Yeah. Iran just playing it smart here in the start of the first set.
And Coach Russell Bourgeau will call for an early timeout. Let's listen in.
We're just playing a little disorganised right now, okay? We've got to focus right in on our individual jobs, remind each other of the individual circumstance. So 7, we're blocking next to the antenna, should never get on the line past us, okay? Let's make sure we take care of that. We might already swap to line defender taking the tip, okay? Let's just block line on one out here. Here we go. Yeah!
Timeout called by Australia. Clear words from their head coach, Russell Bourgeau, telling the ladies that they're playing a bit disorganized here to start this match.
Yeah, and he also discussed the blocking. They want to block the line. That's pretty much it.
Oh! And a service ace for Aitak Salamat. And it's been a run here for Iran. She's been serving for a while now.
And she targeted actually the libero, Sims. That's not easy because she is a good defender.
Yeah.
Better pass.
Oh, not the cleanest of hits, but Kara Inskip able to get to that ball.
Great set. Great recognition, you know, with the fact that the blockers of Iran were nowhere to be found.
That was way up there. 6-9. Set up.
Good save.
Inskip trying to figure out where the ball went. That clips the net. Play continues. Back row.
Good dig.
Popped up by Sims. Tipping. Will give an easy over. Dorsa sets up the play for the quick. And Karimi able to put it away.
We did say the weakness of Iran was passing. Obviously, they worked on that overnight, thought about it, and passing is on point today. They're able to go or to run the middles.
And the lead is back up to 4 points. 10-6. Stevens chooses the runner from
Good
Inskip.
dig.
Back with the Australians, tipping once more. That's long, asking for a touch, none given. And the lead is now at 5.
Boy, early on here in the first set, you can see Iran is the more focused team. They know they have to win in 3 or 4 sets to keep their hopes alive. And they're working on that.
Yeah.
They're working hard.
And just because Australia is sitting at number 2 right now doesn't mean they'll get it right away. They have to get a win here to give them the best shot at entering the semis.
Or if they lose, they have to lose in 5.
Yeah. That's the important part. Meanwhile, a powerful hit for Caitlin Tipping. Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Well, pretty shaky start, we have to say, for Australia, even with the likes of Tipping. But yeah, if she can make up for that, and she just did, that's a good sign.
7-11. Oh, but the errors from the service area have been hurting the chances of Australia to build some momentum.
Yeah, a little bit of inconsistencies here for Australia. One thing they need to correct. You know, Coach Virgil called an early timeout to address them being disorganized.
Not the best first ball. Trying to outsmart the blockers there, but Chabot just sent that wide. And no choice for Coach Russell to call for another timeout. They're down by 6 points.
Brought off the net in our attack. It opens up the cross court. It's an easier shot than trying to go line, particularly if you're coming backwards on it. If you're tipping for line, it's got to be in. Don't aim for out. Okay. If you're unsure, in behind the block. Other than that, we need to be consistent for a little while here. Okay, we know how to play this, but we've got to be very determined in the way we do it. Come on, here we go.
Timeout called there by Australia. And they have 7 points, Noreen, but they also have 7 errors.
Oh, come on.
In this set number 1.
Yeah, and he did say, you know, they have to be determined. You can see the level of the energy. Iran just way up there, and Australia just has to find that.
A good play response after that timeout from Chabot, and lead is down to 5 points.
So you love seeing that after a timeout, you know. As a coach, the most you can do is to give advice and encouragement, but the rest is up to the players, so you love to see that coming off a timeout.
Chance here for Iran, and they score courtesy of Pursale.
Pursale actually is one of the go-to also of Team Iran together with Aitak Salamat. So if they can get her going early on, that's going to be huge for Iran.
She was the second leading scorer for Iran yesterday. The setup back to Pursale.
Good save.
Oh, good effort for Iran. Sims had to catch up to that. The 1-2 play for Michaela Stevens works.
That's a smart tip. But again, you have to laud the efforts of Iran. You know, their defense here, far cry from their performance yesterday.
Still down by 5 though. And it drops once again for Pursale. She's been getting the touches in the past couple of sequences for Iran.
And you know, early on we did talk about the blocking of Australia in their previous match. They had 16. Iran doing a good job. I'm sure they've acknowledged that in their scouting reports, and they're just hitting it off the blockers. Only one stuff block so far for Australia.
Yeah. A good save there coming from Moshtagi. And another point for Iran. The lead continues to balloon, and it's now at 7 points.
Well, Australia, we have to say they can't seem to find their groove here in this first set.
And this is somewhat similar to set number 1 in their very first match against Chinese Taipei. They were slow to begin with, and Coach Russell went to Caitlin Wincup off the bench, where she had an immediate impact. Let's see if she's able to do that once again here.
Oh. On cue.
Yeah. Point for Australia.
Oh, good prediction. Dip.
But that was Emma Burton.
Ah, that's Emma Burton.
But I believe her entry somewhat gave that energy for Australia as Wincup will serve 10-16. That's a good serve.
Yeah.
Broken play. Chance here. Sims bumps it. Burton again. Oh! Nobody home for Australia.
No, actually, there were players there. It's more of they were waiting for someone else to get it for them. Look at that.
Sims thought that Dad would get that ball. Hesitated. And a point for Iran, 17-10.
Overpass.
That's a free point given up to Karimi.
But you know, a lot of errors, a lot of shanks also on the side of Australia. They have to correct that. If they go on to lose the first set, we always say they want to get some sort of run here.
That one is a point for Caitlin Tipping. They need more of that.
But again, listen to Coach. When Coach said we have to be determined, we have yet to see this determined Australian team.
That one is another point for Iran.
They're just playing it smart. Again, using the blockers. Hitting it off the blockers' hands. That's the best they can do, knowing that Australia is such a great blocking team. But there's nothing more dangerous, actually, than playing against a team who has the lifeline, the AVC lifeline, on in question right now. The game is on, the tournament's on the line.
Point there for Australia. But they need to make a run, not just those points coming in ones and twos. Meanwhile, Burton able to score.
Well, they need more of that. They had 11 aces against India.
And Iran will call for their first timeout.
فضای باز زیاد دارن شما بتونید استفاده کنید و حتما وقتی که توپ میاد تو سر پاسور ریحون حرکت همه برید اصلا اجازه ندید که بتونن براتون جا بگیرن مثل همونایی هم که میان توی برای هایگالا وایسن برای هایگالاشون برید وایسید تیم
Serve here for Australia. They're down by 6 points. Tipping. Goes cross court, and that's a point.
Well, finally, you can sense that Tipping is getting her groove now in the game. Better late than never. Manageable 5-point lead, but they have to play consistently right now.
Running spike, and it drops for Kara and Skip.
Well, not the most solid of hits, but point is a point, and point taken for Australia. They needed that back-to-back points. Well, Iran, you need a run, you need a stop right now. You worked so hard to keep this lead.
Another good serve. And it's an ace for Australia. They're now on a 3-0 run. Or make it 5-0 run even before the timeout.
Yeah.
16 straight 19.
Better pass.
This is just a 3-point game. That one through. And a much needed point for Iran to stop the bleeding.
Yep. Aitak Salamat from the back row. You like that because although they can sense the Australian run, they make 1 point. A legitimate point at that. Good serve.
Tipping.
Oh!
That one set back. And a block goes in.
I think that was Dorza. What? Yeah, that was Dorza, the smallest blocker in the front row, and she gets that.
Oh, that's a service ace for Iran. So after that 5-0 run, Iran gets on a 3-0 run.
Boy, everything working right now for Iran. Blocking, service.
Stevens goes to tipping. That's going to be a point.
Well, if you're Australia, you don't want to just trade points right now. You're down. And also, if you're Australia, you want to win this as quick as possible and look to the semis already on Tuesday.
Yeah. Tipping with a serve. Good first ball. Miss hit coming from Pursalet. Chance here for the white shirts. Good dig.
Oh, good stop.
The push. Stevens goes to Win Cup. Oh, that's short. Set was not the best for Win Cup.
A lot of errors here for Australia in set number 1.
That ball a bit to her right. And Iran just 2 points away from taking the opening set. Stevens getting out of the way. Win Cup able to get that point on the next try.
You saw the approach, the reach. She knew she wanted to get it over the net. Not the strongest, but again, a tough angle to work with. Good pass.
Aitak sends that long. Keeps Australia alive in this match.
Well, they can't actually afford to trade points right now. Talking about Iran.
Just play side out.
Yeah. Because it's a 4-point lead.
Kara and Skip serving. Has to serve flawlessly here.
Oh.
And she does on that first try. An ace for Kara and Skip. Who's been helping out Caitlin Tipping in the scoring here. This will force Iran to call their final timeout here in the opening set.
اگر از دستش شدیم کار بعدیمون چیه؟ سریع سایدات رو بگیر. اصلا شک نکن. بنابراین منظم با دقت کار انجام میدیم، زمینشون رو ببین. بی خوبی ریگودار به آب نزن. مهمترین مسئله زود تشخیص میدیم ما میذاری اول دست رو میذاریم. الان این پرشی براتون نمیزنه، داره موچ میزنه.
1 2 3 تیر.
Timeout called by Iran there as the lead has been brought down to 3 points. Back-to-back scored by Australia, and Kara Inskip will get set to serve.
Nope. For Inskip, you have to get your serves in. That's the most important. Oh, another tough one. Oh!
And the setter, captain Michaela Stevens, attacking and scoring off the block.
That was a setter versus setter matchup. Dorza tried to block that, but to no avail.
But there's going to be a substitution here for Iran.
It's just a 2-point game.
2 points away from taking set number 1. But Iran having trouble closing this one out. And the block. And the lead is down to a single point.
That was exactly what Coach said. You have to cover the line, and you saw the blockers really close in on the antenna. So follow your coach. He knows best.
22 serving 23.
22 serving 23.
Another good serve.
Dorza chooses Pursale. The drop picked up. Stevens. Win cup. Doesn't work. Another chance. A redo here for Australia. Win cup.
Oh, still
That's
alive.
kept alive by Iran.
Third chance. Oh,
Stevens goes middle. And third time's the charm for the Volleyball as they tie the game up at 23 all.
boy, what a run here from Team Australia. Actually, I was reacting because I thought Tipping gave an overpass. It was actually a perfect pass.
And that was Dodd getting the point. The fans applauding the action they're seeing. Pursale.
Oh, what a day.
Dug up by Inskip. Dorza sets up the play. And they go to the middle as Mobina gets the lead back for Iran. And more importantly, the set point.
Much needed point for Iran. I mean, after this huge run by Australia, they kept the set point.
24-23. Oh, that's close. Coverage was there. Win cup. The tip. And that's just enough to drop.
Well, obviously her instructions were to find a hole to drop the ball because she's been going to that.
Yeah. Now, whenever Win cup hits the ball, you sort of hold your breath
yeah.
and hope that it goes through.
But Stevens, you know, she kept that ball alive for Australia.
Another deadlock here, 24 all.
Oh, good serve.
Dorza bumps it. Goes to the top score, but denied. Rejected by Cassie Dodd. And this time, Australia is the one at set point.
Boy, they cover the cross. Look at that. And what a time for the block to come. We did say Iran was doing a good job in dodging the blockers, but not that time.
No, cannot dodge Cassie Dodd
Yeah.
on that block. 25-24. Dorza goes back to Aitak Salamat. That one was saved by Tipping. Easy over. Green shirt scrambling.
Oh!
It's kept alive.
Oh!
Play continues. Stevens goes middle.
Oh!
And it ends. Cassie Dodd with those back-to-back points to seal set number 1 for Australia. First, that block, and then the final point.
You know, we have to say Australia just banked on their strengths at this latter part. They're serving, we mentioned that. They're blocking, and it came through for Team Australia.
And they steal set number 1 via here inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Thank you for joining us, by the way, on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco together with Noreen Go calling this match. Later on, we have the final game of the elimination round. Philippines going up against Chinese Taipei. That's why the fans have already come to the venue.
Yeah.
Despite the rains, Noreen, you like that the Filipino fans are here present to support Alas Pilipinas.
Well, we also have to mention before the start, during the start of the second set, you mentioned the entry of Win Cup.
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, Coach Berjao just knew when to put her in, and she made the biggest difference because it changed the dynamic of the team, and they actually came back and won that first set. So yeah, good coaching from Coach Berjao.
Oh, Win Cup was able to score a crucial point on that tip a while ago. This is a point for Australia, courtesy of Dodd.
Well, the question right now for Australia is you have the momentum obviously with that comeback in that first set. How are you going to play the second set? Because again, Iran, they really want to win this in 3 or 4. They still have the opportunity.
Right, that is for Iran, as Aitak Salamat able to get that point for a 1-point lead. For Iran, they want to get a 3 to 4 set win to at least get a shot. I think with how close it's been at the standings, Noreen, Australia still have the slightest chance to finish at the top seed of Pool A if they win in straight sets, and if ever later on Chinese Taipei wins also
In straight set, 3 or 4 sets.
Yeah, but that is obviously Australia hoping for the result to be in their favor later on. But this is their focus right now, this match against Iran.
No, it's good you're saying that at least the viewers are aware of the scenarios. And also, we know that Australia, or Philippines for that matter, whoever in this pool, you don't want to be number 2 because you're going to go up against Vietnam, who actually won this last year. So, for obvious reasons.
Right, trying to avoid the top seed in the other grouping. That one is a point. That was a good rally for both teams. Well, we know that when it comes to the tallying, if ever the points are tied, you go to the ratio of the sets and points
first.
as well.
Sets 1, and then score.
Yeah.
I think the last is the score.
Another point there for Iran.
Yeah, that's number 7, Shak Hayek. Back-to-back points. They need more people to contribute. Iran, we keep talking about Aitek and Porcelé, but it is a 6-man team.
Right.
So, yeah, you need others to contribute.
Activate the middles as well. Meanwhile, Burton able to score from the opposite.
Yeah, pretty loose block there for Team Iran. Good pass.
Trying to respond to the same play. Set back though. Check. And scores off the block. And Hassan Khani has been the go-to here at the start of set number 2 for Iran.
Breath of fresh air for Team Iran.
Tipping. A bump. They go back. Stevens goes to tipping. Good save.
Yeah, good save.
Tak salamat. Easy over. Oh, almost a point. Free ball once again. Iran will set up the play.
Oh!
Shut down.
Boy, that was Stevens there denying Shaghayeg.
Yeah, a huge block.
Yeah, it is a huge block because she looks like to have the hot hands in set number 2, so
Yeah.
you need to stop her.
Slow her down at
Yeah.
least. Dorsa goes to the right. And it's going to be a point for Aitat Salamat.
That was a good smile. Pretty pleased with a back row attack.
She saw the score and realized that they're still up. 6-4.
Oh, they've been serving well, talking about Iran.
Oh, tough for a Win Cup. Collision between two players. And that leads to a block for Kara Inskip.
Now, poor Saleh was denied there. Iran, you have to realize that you were successful when you were hitting it off the blocker's hands. Hit it off the high hands. Just try to use the blockers to your advantage. You don't want to be challenging a very good blocking team in Australia.
Right. They did a good job of just giving out 3. Oh, great effort coming from Caitlin Tipping.
Yeah, what a reach. Oh.
Almost. But Iran recognizing that Tipping was just getting ready to receive after chasing the ball.
Boy, the starts have actually been favoring Iran. Now the challenge is how are you going to end?
Yeah. Can they sustain this momentum as back row hit coming from Caitlin Tipping?
That's a beautiful set by Stevens.
Change of players here for Iran as Khalili will enter. Just a 1-point game, 6-7.
There's a pass.
Oh, good save by the newly entered Khalili, and it turns into a point after that error.
Oh, Win Cup had the right thing in mind. Saw the open space at the backcourt at zone 1. Just too strong.
Yeah, Win Cup got excited. Too much force on that push. Now she goes for that attack and gets a point off the block.
You see why Coach Bourget brings her in or puts her in. She's so simple, but so hardworking for Australia.
And she's also not the tallest, unlike the players surrounding her.
Yeah.
Stevens goes to Tipping, and it drops.
Yeah, the blockers only, pretty slow to react. Only Salamat was there. And Tipping. You can't be having one blocker on her.
We are tied at 8.
Another over reception. Set up here for Australia. Good save.
Still alive.
Hashemi with that nice dig. This time, the drop. Picked up by Khalili. Salamat is rejected.
I hope you can see the slow-mo, okay? You can see Salamat just packed a punch, but the blockers knew how to counter it. They were ready for that, and that push on that ball made all the difference.
And this is an early overtake by Australia.
Still alive.
Sims bumps it. Tipping again.
Good dig.
That was Dorsa keeping it alive. Oh, the denial there coming from Cassie Dodd. Reading that perfectly. Here comes Burton. Had to adjust her footing, but it's enough for a point.
Well, good effort by Zayed and Negar. Try to stop it, but just too powerful.
Timeout, Iran.
And this time it's Iran calling a timeout first in this set.
الان یکی اینجای اون یکی میاد اینجا. باید همه متوسط به سمت بالا خودتون بازی کنید. الکی شروع کاری کردن به درد نمیخوره. ما هیچ وقت با شروع کاری نتیجه نگرفتیم. همه منظم با جسارت کار خودتون رو بکنید. اونا محکم میزنن، خب شما هم میزنید. خیلی چیز خاصی نیست. تیم
Timeout called by Iran there as they trail by 2 points. They don't want Australia to pull away. A while ago, that 6-point lead was not safe. In set number 1, it was 19-13 in favor of Iran before the Volleyball came back, tied that game up, and then kept going until they got the lead. Good serve from Whitcup. Middle attack works.
Love that timeout. I mean, that was a good serve. They were able to keep it in play and run the middles, talking about Iran. And you did say yes, Australia did really come from behind in the first set, but Iran had a really good first set.
Yeah.
It's just how to finish, how to win it.
Mobina able to get that point. Nine to 10. Good first ball from Sim. Stevens sets up the play. Iran goes back-to-back points. After that timeout, they're able to tie this one up at 10-all.
Must make the coach happy. Back-to-back points.
10-all.
Deadlock at 10 apiece. Tipping and scoring on that one.
Great segue.
11 serving 10.
Yeah. Good read on the side of tipping.
Australia has tied.
Oh, that drops.
But that looked like it was a really high serve. Could have gone out, but when in doubt, you gotta get it.
Serving 10.
Oh, could have dropped in anyway. Short serve.
Better here for Iran to attack as they get a point.
11 serving 12.
Well, you've seen, great contributions for Shaghayeg there, number 7.
Tipping. Denied.
Oh,
A taste of their own medicine.
Karimi. She is a very tall player, so you want her to get more blocks. That's great technique right there.
Stevens in skip with the sliders of hits. Saved by Sims on that dive. But Burton coming up short.
Well, then you see what a good stuff block can do, right? I mean, you saw Burton looking at those stretched arms, want to elude it, and hits the net.
Iran back with a lead, 13-12. Has 3 unanswered points. That went out.
Yeah, that clipped the antenna. Going for that down the line kill. These errors they gotta hurt because you've already established a lead.
Yeah.
Coming from behind, and then you Oh,
And speaking of errors, Australia doing the same thing
14 serving 30.
and allowing themselves to get a chance to retake the lead.
Now serving Aitak Salamat.
boy, the pace of this second set has slowed down
Yeah.
dramatically.
Tipping.
Oh.
Down the line, dug up by Aitak Salamat. Easy over. Wincup was there for the pickup. Stevens goes back to Caitlin. And on that cleaner hit.
And a lower and quicker set for Stevens. Look at that.
Substitution for
She's fired up after that point.
20. Rashidi in.
Changes here for Iran in setters. So Diana will now replace Dorsa.
Yeah, you know it's more for blocking purposes as well.
Aitak Salamat short on the attack, and she takes responsibility for that mistake.
15 serving 14.
But we have to say, Diana,
Yeah.
that was a great set. That was a great set. It's just a mishit for Salamat.
Service in.
And that one was inside for Caitlin Dipping.
Well, Iran, you have to be careful when we've seen that in the first set. If Australia starts using their advantages, which are the blocking and the service, good things happen. So you gotta get a good pass right now.
2-point game. Picked up by Tipping. The 0-2 Burton.
Oh,
The dive. Trying to save that while on the floor, but to no avail.
boy, you love the effort of Porcelain. It's just that she was already sprawling on the floor. Look at this. What can I do?
Need more pulse on that one.
Yeah.
Good first ball. Leads to this middle attack. A quick hit set up by Diana to their middle blocker. That's Karimi.
Boy, Karimi has been
Serving 17.
really playing really well here in the second set, blocking and then now attacking.
Oh, and an ace.
Service in. Shaki Hassan Hani.
And here comes Iran, just down by a single point.
It's been this way. 2 points, 3 points, then the other team.
You just never know
Yeah.
which team will make a run. No pun intended there.
Yes.
Yeah. Iran on a mini run.
Oh,
Porcelain off the block. And another tied game at 17 all.
they will take that, you know. Out of system set, but still they get the point.
Timeout Australia.
And timeout called by Australia.
Server does after the timeout. Best bar slip. Still got a shorter setter out in court. See if we can use that. Okay, she's the taller of the two, but she can go over and just play smart with it. All right. Otherwise, their number 9 is the quicker of the middle, so just look for, is she heading one way, is she late, use the seam if necessary. Here we go, guys. Then then on our serve.
Timeout called by Coach Russell Bourgeau, and he pointed out the players to guard for on the side of Iran who have been doing the damage as of late.
We heard number 9.
Yeah. The quicker of the middles,
Yeah.
as mentioned. Somebody touched the net. That was Kara Inskip with that momentum, unable to stop. And the lead is now with Iran.
Yeah.
18 serving 17.
But you know one thing, the setter right now for Team Iran is Diana. And you know, the alternate setter always has other things in mind.
She was able to observe what happened in set number 1. Win Cup powers it through.
Oh, you love the wind up there by Win Cup and challenging the smaller blocker. Well, Diana in, obviously for blocking purposes, a bit taller than Dorza, but still the same result for Australia.
18 all. Service coming in for Inskip. Ursale. Inskip with a save. Burton. That is inside on the line.
What a block. What a stop for Iran.
19 serving 18.
That's a good rejection from poor Saleh.
Serving range.
Hasn't gotten her attacks in, but doing it on defense. That is almost saved. It doesn't go through.
A for effort from Team Iran. We were just wondering why Stevens was not going to tipping in the last few plays. And now she does.
You've seen a lot of those scramble plays for Iran. Just not giving up. Throwing their bodies on the floor.
You know, we saw that already at the start of this match. Although they fell short in the first set, we saw the effort, the passion to actually win it.
Stevens sends that ball in, able to dig. Setter captain keeping it up for Australia. Play continues. Stevens goes back to Win Cup.
The dig.
Ursula was right there. Too close to the net. No attempt. Burton. Saved once again, this time by Shaghayek. And it drops for Aitak Salamat.
They worked hard for that point. Great digging, great defense for Iran. And finally, Salamat gets that through the blockers. Again, the effort, you know, you feel it. We're watching, we're covering the game. We feel how much they want to win this.
And you see also the reaction after that point from Aitak. She is giving it her all. And good entry there for the substitute setter in Diana.
Yeah. Job well done, coming off the bench.
20-19. From the back, rejected. Mobina Gafarian able to send that ball back and a solid block.
Great read, one-on-one, but she gets that.
Timeout Australia.
And here we go again, a 2-point lead for Iran. At the latter part, timeout by Australia.
Takes you away from the middle. Use that one. So it went that way away from the middle. Don't turn back. Yeah. That's all right. No worries. Okay, guys, same thing. All right. We're in a worse situation last set, but we do have to really strongly focus, take the opportunities that we are creating. All right, when we hit, if we hit strong and straight, they're going to dig it. All right, we need the fraction of turn. Okay. Here we go, guys. Yeah.
Timeout there by Coach Russell Bourgeois. His instructions once again, just a little adjustment on their attacking. He's noticed that Iran is able to save the attacks when it is just hit straight.
Need a little change up.
Let's see what they will do here. Oh, that goes in for Emma Burton.
Stevens has been going to Burton a lot in this set. Not too successful, but you love the way she's giving her the confidence for the fight back.
Yeah.
Serving for Australia, Caitlin Wincup.
Wincup with a serve, 20-21. And that's a point for Iran. Mobina has been activated at the latter part of this set number 2.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of the middle blockers. They're obviously very tall. So even just pushing it or just tapping it to the corners of the court.
Cassie Dodd will exit. Lauren Cox will enter the game as a free point after that service error.
Important serves.
And it is Lauren Cox's first
Yeah.
attempt to serve. She will be tested here.
She will be coming off the bench. She didn't even have time to warm up at the front.
Let's see how she does on this attempt. 21-22. Safely through. Dorsa to the right side. Stevens was there. Joust. It's kept
Good
alive.
save.
The bump here to Aitak. Waits for the ball. Wincup with a save. Good dig. Steady hands from Pursale. Play continues. Stevens goes back to Burton. Changing things up.
That's just so smart. They were constantly using force, using power, and then the change up. Look at that. Perfect placement.
And just a recognition to switch the attack.
Timeout Iran.
Iran will also call their final timeout as we listen in.
سعی کنیم روی تورمون با دقت کار انجام بدیم، زمین رو نگاه کنیم، الکی نریم برای اینکه امتیاز بگیریم. نگاه کنیم ببینیم کجا استفاده بیشتری داره، از همونجا استفاده. اجازه!
22 all. Looks familiar. Like in set number 1, we saw a very tight end of that set.
But I remember the huddle of Coach Bergeau saying that we've been through tougher times in the first set, but still he's acknowledging the fact that Iran is playing well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't deny the effort of Iran here. A chance here for Australia to take the lead. They go to Caitlin tipping, and why not?
Now I see why Wincup is there. Wincup really, we did say she is a hard-working player. She's been sweeping and mopping that back row, keeping that ball in play, allowing that kill from tipping.
Australia back on top, 23-22. Lauren Cox has been a great addition to this lineup in this set. Getting the serves in, even saving it. Burton, easy over. Oh, what a hit though from Aitak Salamat as she ties the game up at 23 all.
Well, things are different, I would think, for Iran, because they know, they felt how painful that first set loss was, so they're going to fight it out here in the end of the second set. And for their fans, they're hoping that they will fight it out.
Deadlock here. Virtual race to 2, chance for Iran. The hit, the block, and the point.
You know, the blocking of Australia, the timing, really, it comes at the right time when they need it the most.
And Australia is first to the set point.
Overpass.
Received. Here it goes, Stevens to tipping for the finisher. And Caitlin tipping puts Australia on top by 2 sets.
Well, again, you know, it was a very close second set, but Australia just seems to dig deep at the right time and prevail.
Yeah, she loved that play. Look at the reaction, the celebration. And A 2-set advantage for the Volleroos as we take this short break. We'll be back with set number 3. Back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum for the continuation of the AVC Challenge Cup 2024. Australia are up 2-9 in favor of, or against Iran rather, as we take a look at the highlights. What happened there in the arena? A closer start to this set compared to set number 1. Iran was right there again. They almost also got the lead towards the end of set 2, but Australia, after those couple of timeouts from Coach Russell, able to make the adjustments, and they knew where to go.
You know, it has been neck and neck there in the second set. You have to give it to Iran. Again, similar to the first set. They were playing well, working hard. But then it is Australia who actually overtook Iran in the world rankings as of today. They're actually showing us that they're a better team today. Towards the end, they just know how to come back and how to finish. Let's look at some numbers here. In terms of attack, 16-14, that's just by 2. Blocking even. Aces just by 1. So actually better passing for Team Iran. Errors, 4 for Australia, 3 for Iran. It's just towards the end that the blocking of Australia, that was a huge block, a huge stop. Then the serve. So it's still that same 2 categories. The blocking and the serving towards the end, the strength of Australia. And they are really showing us that they're going to use that.
Right, and we have to mention that with that
Boy, really strong starts for Iran. That's one thing they have to learn, no? You were asking, if they start strong, the challenge is how do you maintain that level of play? That's one thing they're gonna learn from this tournament.
Win Cup goes up and down it goes.
What an addition Win Cup has been for Team Australia, coming off the bench, and that entry propelled Australia. I can't remember how many points they were down in the first set, but they came back to claim the first set, and she just never sat the bench.
That one is inside for Michaela Stevens. Service ace for the captain.
Service a strength for Australia.
She was once the best server in the Australian League back in 2017. So she is definitely a good server. Stevens back sets. That drops for Emma Burton.
Boy, Burton struggled a bit in the second set, but towards the end, you know, she did pour in some numbers here. So looking good here in the third set. Well, after a 3-0 lead for Iran, we are now tied. Well, that's the story of this match so far.
It's been a roller coaster for both teams. What a hit! Poor Saleh showing the power on that spike.
Boy, that looked really good, we have to say. But these are the improvements really that you're gonna see from Iran. A lot of more consistent plays because, again, they have the material.
Tipping. That one is good.
Oh, she has been steady. Steady throughout this tournament, throughout this match.
We talked about her 27 points against India yesterday. That one sails out.
Well, she's not perfect, but you love really her entry to this Australian team.
Stevens. Miscue there, but the blocking will do it for Australia.
Yeah, that was Dodd. One-on-one, not a problem. See the way, just a little movement to the right and she gets that stuff block.
That sidestep.
Yeah.
Great timing. Dorsa goes back to Aitak and she has been on point.
Boy, the attacks here on the right side that has been effective for Iran, but you're hoping to see them go more to the middles. We saw a bit of that throughout the first and second set, and actually, it has been effective.
Yeah. Oh, good serve. Back-to-back points for Aitak Salamat, this time coming off an ace.
Targeting Win Cup there. Yeah, coaches, they don't want to see that. You shank it because you're actually facing one direction.
Tipping. Saved. Aitak goes for the attack. Caitlin with the easy over. Dorsa goes middle.
Well, that's what we're asking. We're looking for the middles.
Rehane Karimi.
You know, the middle blockers of Iran actually are very tall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you want to see more of that. Good defense.
Dorsa to the left side. It's long. And I think Iran will challenge. This is going to be the first challenge of the game, I believe.
Just the first challenge.
Yeah.
For ball inbound. Challenge. Ball.
Make your challenges based on the delay of the linesman. That could be quite confusing.
Right. And the linesmen obviously want to get the right call as well. Oh, 1-2 for Dorsa.
No, she has impressed a lot. A lot of fans, a lot of viewers. Dorsa, she doesn't go to that very often. And
Yeah.
when she does, look at that. Nobody even close to the ball. 3-point lead here for Iran. Again, can they push us to 4 sets?
Tipping. Oh, that is sent back. Meant at the net.
That was Karimi covering the cross.
We're keeping him in at the moment. We've just got to tidy up our play. See if they're attacking the serve a bit more, so be ready to open up on those.
Yeah.
Okay, move back. After that, keep being supportive with our partners. We need a good cover under the hitters. They got some good blocks. Okay, here we go. Side out.
Timeout called there by Australia as they're down by 4 points. Let's see what they make out of that timeout. Tipping. Scores off the block.
Well, that's the way to go. You were blocked by the taller middle blocker, Karimi. When you went cross, go challenge Dorsa, go down the line, and she gets a block touch.
Seven serving 10. Picked up by Sims. Win cup. Dorsa.
Oh!
Nobody home to get the attack for Iran.
Well, that was a great effort. See, this play, look at that. In the future, they know that even if it's near the net, we've seen it even from Gia de Guzman, from a lot of teams. That's going to be a live play. So in the future, you're going to see them get used to that.
Back-to-back points. Make that 3 straight for the Aussies. As Caitlin Tipping able to get an ace.
Targeting zone 5 there. Nobody home for Team Iran.
And this time it's their turn to call for a timeout.
مهم توپ رو خوب برسونیم که بتونیم سرعتمون رو رام کنیم. اگر نتونیم به شروع کنن با اون بازی کردن. الان هم بیشتر دارین ضربه که میزنی دارن میرسن. پس من دارم جای بهتری. ماشاءالله. 1 2 3 تیم.
timeout called there by Iran. They are still up by a point. Make that 2 after the response. They go to the middle, which we've mentioned have been also contributing here in terms of points.
Yeah. And we've seen more of that here in the third set.
Oh, that's a good serve. Good first ball as well from Sims. It leads to the attack by Caitlin Wincup.
Yeah, great set from Stevens. Sending this. The blocker slowed the close. Look at that. Wincup had the entire down the line to work with.
10-11. That is another service ace. This time delivered by Kara Inskip.
Boy, every set, we have to say Australia manages to get service aces. In that previous match against India, they had 11. We did say that, and they're looking to actually match that, if not improve on it.
Better first ball. No, over-received. And Caitlin Wincup pounds that ball and gets the lead for Australia.
Substitution Iran 18 now 3. Fala in.
So again, the service of Australia. They're putting pressure on the first pass of Iran.
Dorsa. That one drops. Much needed for Iran. That was Hailey Talley able to get the point.
Boy, this third set is pretty close. But again, for those who just joined us, Australia, we can say, is safely through to the semis together with Philippines.
Yeah. It's just a matter of figuring out who will finish as number 1 and number 2 in terms of points.
Yeah, if Philippines wins, that's that. They're number 1, right?
At least they set.
Yeah. If they lose in 5, they're also in.
Yeah.
So, number 1, I mean.
Stevens.
Yep.
Goes to tipping. That's short.
Into the net. Attacker.
Here we go again. The seesaw battle here in the third set. It's pretty similar to the first 2 sets.
So there, you mentioned the scenarios. Philippines has to, again, if Australia able to win this in straight sets, Philippines will have to at least lose in 5.
Yeah. To remain at number 1.
Yeah.
But if they win, they're number 1.
But Iran says, just wait. We're still up by 1 point here.
We still want to play volleyball here in the Philippines.
Serving 14, serving Michaelis.
1 point lead for Iran.
(13-14). Middle hit. Oh, Cassie Dodd just sending that ball over.
Well, it's an offense from that dig. You love to see people being aggressive at the net, because if it is an opportunity created on the second pass, then might as well just make the most out of it.
Oh, that's going to be a violation. Flipping the net, and another service ace from the captain, Michaela Stevens, and the lead swings back to Australia.
Yeah, the aces actually coming back to haunt Team Iran. Great effort by Dorza, though.
15 serving 14. Dorza. Back sets. They transfer it to Aitak.
No.
Wincup puts it up. There's a double contact called.
Yeah, that was on Sims. And she knew that when she heard the whistle. Right, fine. There. That was after the whistle. Yeah, fine.
Oh, we see the re-entry of Lauren Cox. We know what she was able to do in set number 2.
Great serves.
Those serves and the dive to save it. She goes for the attack. Covered by Tipping. Doesn't go through for Win Cup.
We know that she's a hard worker, but that's pushing it. She tried to keep that ball in play, but that was pushing it.
Iran up by a point.
Oh.
And a service error again, killing their momentum.
Up to serve for Team Australia. Ooh.
Good serve.
Good save.
Stevens.
Oh.
Good thing Burton was there. Oh. But that one uncovered.
Yeah, you can see a lot of sets to the middle for Team Iran. Again, obviously they're out of the semis, but I can't help but feel excited. More training together for the squad. They're going to get a lot better.
Yeah, this is a young team as well for Iran. Players born in the early 2000s. And a tip. Just enough. And don't look now, it's a 2-point lead for Iran.
Dreaded 2-point lead. But yeah, that was just a smart free pass for Salamat, because if you have a tall opponent and you give these drops, it's actually more difficult, so you want to attack that.
Stevens upset to Tipping. And that's enough for a point. Again, the green shirts running after that ball, but unable to save it.
Yeah, Tipping using the blockers as hands there.
17 serving 18, now serving Lauren Cox.
17-18. Cox with a serve.
What a serve.
And it's an ace.
Come on. See the way it dropped after it crossed the net? It does perfect serve. Look at that. And the aces again coming to save the day for Team Australia.
Keeping them afloat.
Yeah.
That ball just dropped for Lauren Cox. 18 all. Middle hit. Checked. Players falling for Iran. Win Cup from the back. Saved easily. Oh. Win Cup able to get a touch. Chance for Iran to set up their play. They go to the middle. It's back once again. Long rally alert. Oh! Caitlin Tipping just misreading that one.
But yeah, what effort being being shown by both these teams in terms of defense.
Avoided the underhand, I believe, because she was close to the net.
She was actually intimidated by the net.
1 point lead for Iran. Tipping. Long. No touch. They won't challenge.
Look at the score.
And this is going to be a timeout for Australia as we listen in.
Same situation. Okay, organise a pass, see what they come up with after. When have we still got the short setter out there? Yep,
Yes,
okay. Yeah. Give it enough height and tight enough so you can use yeah. All right, but make sure we got good cover. On the free balls, guys, loud calls, all right? So Mick can run in, you call it off her so she doesn't have to take it, all right? Here we go.
Timeout called by Coach Russell Bourgeau. His team down by 2 points. We've seen them crawl back, tie the game up, and eventually overtake in the past 2 sets. Let's see if they will be able to do this a third straight time.
Well, not if Team Iran can help it, obviously.
Good save. Tremendous effort from their libero, Sayed Denegar. And the point from the middle.
Boy, again, the middles creating the most damage right now. Great set by Dorza. Well, now, the challenge is, Dip, can they protect this 3-point lead?
21-18. Stevens back sets.
Good dig.
Defense has been on point for Iran. The push covered once again. Sims does the same. Stevens back sets. Burton. Down it goes.
Yeah, that's just smart hitting by Burton. Blockers were there and 2 tall ones at that. Just, you see that? Just powering it through the blockers.
And going through Hassan Khani.
Subdivision Australia 3-team captain out, 20 Zaire in.
And this will be a change in setters for Coach Russell.
For the first time today.
Yeah, Michaela Stevens will check out. And we see the entry of Cameron Zaire. When a crucial stretch.
Check 1, 1, 1, 2. Check 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Check 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Check 1, 1, 2. Check 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2.
Hello? Yes, ma'am.
Check 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Check. Check Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2. Ginobatan Albay 1, 1, 2.
Anong gagawin pa namin, ma'am? Naka-wired na kami.
Australia has always liked the ending. Iran hoping for a different one. Win cup with a bump. Sipping from the back. Dorsa with a 1-2. Wide open.
That's her second attempt and a second successful one at that. And you know where she puts it, really? It's right at the center of Australia's defense.
Up by a point.
Overpass.
That's close to the net. And a free point for Iran as they reach set point.
Iran is not going going to give this match on a silver platter. Australia's got to work hard to get this third set.
24-22, 2 set points. Zamet with a set to Wincup. It drops inside for Caitlin Wincup.
That was close. I mean, Australia was just holding their breath there.
23-24.
Give us a line. Yeah.
Just dropping there. One-point lead for Iran.
Timeout.
The timeout will be called on the floor.
الان وقتی توپ داره داخل میاد اصراری نداریم بریم دیگه لاین رو ببندیم. اولویتمون میشه زاویه. الان برامون مهمه دریافت رو نگاه کنیم ببینیم کجا پاس میره. دفاع قاطع توی زمین دست بهشون اصرار نمی‌کنیم. حاضر؟ یک دسته عالیه.
Timeout called by Iran. They're still up by a point here, but we've seen how the service of Australia has helped them. All-important serve from Kara Inskip. Cassie Dodd enters as well. Dorsa sets up the play. That's low. Chance here for Australia. That set is also low. Joust. And won by Australia as a net violation is called on Iran.
Boy, it was really busy at the net, and again, effort was there, but yeah, let's check out. There you go. That was a net infraction.
Yeah, that was number 16 from Iran, Mobina Ghaffarian. And deadlock. Another extended set, 24-all. Dorsa back sets to Aitak. Did not like it. Zamet back sets, tipping. Back row. And the lead for Australia. And they are at match point.
Boy, really, the serves and tipping has been spectacular for Australia here in this match so far.
What about the entry of Alexia Zamet?
Also, no, I mean, there are different, you said change in personnel, but the same, match point for Australia.
25-24. Dorsa. Pursale keeps them alive.
And this crowd here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum backing Team Iran. They want to see more volleyball before the Philippines take action.
Oh, they've got time.
Yeah, they do.
The next match is scheduled at 7 p.m. 25-all. Another deuce. Zamet goes middle. Picked up by the setter Dorsa. Aitak Salamat powers it through.
When they need a point, Salamat delivers. Out of system set, but still, same result.
The teammates say thank you to Aitak Salamat.
Entering the game for Australia, number 3.
Putting them up by a point as the captain setter is back on the floor. Michaela Stevens replacing Zamet with a good minutes, quality minutes from her. And Zaire Wincup also back on the court.
Set point,
Set
Iran.
point, second set point for Iran. Oh! And put away by Mobina Ghaffarian, extending the match. On that over reception, credit that first to the serve.
Well, somebody rewrote the script, Dip. We are going to a fourth set.
And Dorsa. And the delivery there. And a switch on the flip on the switch for Iran on that set, Noreen. That was another extended set for them, and then getting that point. And with that set win, I think it's safe to say that Australia will finish at second.
Right at second, but again, we've seen it. The first, the second, and the third. It could have gone anyone. It could have gone either way, but you love the fact that Iran just stayed with Australia and actually won the third set. Let's look at some numbers there. Attacks. Iran out-attacked Australia 17-12, blocking the same. Aces, we mentioned the aces. We thought the aces could actually bail Australia out and win in straight sets, but the 6 aces was not enough for Team Australia. Iran just stayed with Team Australia the entire set and actually pushing us to a 4th set.
Right, it didn't matter for Iran, even though they won't advance to the semifinals. They wanted to extend this match, and they got it after that set 3. Still hoping to extend this one to a 5th set, but what? There for Saleh, hits the net, and that helps her get the point.
Same. Good start by Team Iran. And if we posed the question earlier, can they finish? They showed us they can.
And WinCup will get a well-deserved rest. Chabort re-enters. That's inside for tipping.
You can see Australia, they seem to find the answer to try to keep this close, come from behind, tie it, get a 2-point lead. But it's really a matter of doing it consistently.
Dorsa back sets. Pursale again with a hammer.
Part of the game.
For serving 2. Now serving Pursale.
All business.
All business.
Stevens back sets. Same play. This time, Aitak Salamat will get that one. And an early 3-point lead for Iran.
5 serving 2.
Boy, Iran, really, I'm just so excited. I have to say it all the time because you're seeing them get better throughout the matches. Although, yeah, I mean, they're not going to make the semis. They're looking good, looking at the future of their program.
Sails out for Cassie Dodd. And the lead continues to increase for Iran, now at 4. And the timeout will be called by Coach Russell Bourgeau.
Okay, honestly, it's just a little bit, it's the details, and part of it's got to be a bit our focus, all right? So we know the serves been dropping short a bit, but sometimes they peg it long. You just have to be ready to move, all right? On that, after that, the hitters, we got to make sure that we're available in good position, all right? The setter's trying to make the best opportunity. From there, we adjust, get ourselves in good opportunity, good cover. Come on, guys.
Let's go, yes!
Timeout called by Australia as they find themselves behind by 4 points.
Still serving Pursale.
Pursale will serve for Iran, 6-2. Tipping.
Good dig, good defense.
Pursale was right there. Sims picks it up. Stevens goes middle. Dodd unable to get the point. On the other end, Hassan Khani getting that one.
And we have to say, you know, what we're seeing also from Iran is they're picking up the drops of Australia. Right? They're not letting the ball just fall. So again, the effort is there.
And an ace. Pursale has been playing excellent volleyball.
Oh, Iran has been looking good, actually. Actually, in this game, you know, even if they lost the first 2 sets, you like the way they've been playing. They even won the 3rd set. And what a start again in the 4th set.
Tipping. Easy pickings. High up. Kept alive. And Burton able to get a point to stop the bleeding.
Oh, great pancake save here by Sims.
Now, if you're Australia, you don't want to relax too just because you're assured of a second spot.
Yeah, I mean, the longer you keep the girls on the floor, there's risk to any sort of injuries.
Yeah.
So, again, that's why we're saying you want to end it as soon as you can.
Look at Caitlin tipping. Just denying that one. Swatting it away.
Like, not on my watch. Come on!
4-point game. Aitak Salamat delivering another point.
You know, that's how talented they are, Pursale and Aitak Salamat. You know they're the first 2 options. If the pass is good, they will run the middles. But still, they get to score. You know, that's how good they are.
It's been their 1-2 punch here this entire game.
And the opposite.
And we mentioned how they needed more out of those 2 players to have a shot here
There's an Academy video challenge by Iran.
Will be a challenge called.
You know why? Because this linesman signaled good.
Is inside. It catches the line.
The challenge is successful.
And the linesman is probably saying or thinking to himself, I called it.
10 serving 4.
It's back up to a 6-point lead. Tipping response.
You know, actually, it's more of that. The longer you leave your players inside, you're risking injury. But other than that, really, make them play, especially if you can let your second stringers play, given that there's no more pressure because you are safely in the semifinals.
Zaire checks back in for Australia. That is short for Emma Burton.
Subdivision Australia, 9L, 7.
She sits. And Zamit in for Team Australia.
11 serving 5.
Oh, good effort. Good effort. We have to say it's not enough. But what a twist. What a cut shot there.
That one, the setup coming from Zamit
Look at that.
to Zaire. Those two just checked in, by the way. Well, they saw action in the latter part of set 3. And they get another shot here. That one passes through Sims.
You see the confidence right now in this Iranian players, right? So they're so confident. Nothing to lose. Let's just enjoy and end this preliminaries on a high note.
Zamit with the toss. Poor Saleh. Sims with a dig. They go to tipping from the back.
Body shot there from tipping. Sadaman, all her ire she put out on that hip.
And Rizal Kara Inskeep.
5-point lead. Ooh, overpass.
Tipping had to extend.
Good save.
Shabert goes up and scores.
You know, the effort of tipping to try to keep that ball in play. That was so near the net. You know what I noticed also in this match? Both these teams, they do a good job in dodging the net. Not a lot of net infractions. So you can see that, you know, they have mastered that.
Shabert,
Oh, good save.
great effort.
Yeah.
While falling down. That is wide for Pursale.
Yeah, she did that.
Australia slowly coming back. Timeout called by Iran. Resumes. Australia behind by 3 points after that timeout from Iran. Kara in skip with the serve. Dorsa on the running spike.
Good save. Good pickup.
Play continues. Zamet goes to Shabort.
Oh!
And it's still going on. And finally it ends. Casidad getting the points.
You know, but really, that one-handed save right there, it really summarizes the mental state of Iran. They want to win this. They're giving it their all.
It takes a while before Australia is able to end the rally.
Yeah.
Different types of attacks. Oh, Casidad is slow to get up. That is what you were saying, Noreen. You don't want to have those injuries. Avoid those mishaps.
I think she's going to be subbed out. She is limping.
Right. You don't want to see that.
Subdivision Australia.
She is definitely hurting.
And you know that they've been using Dodd in their rotation, you know, the shuffling of players. So you don't want to see that. But we have to give it to Iran, really, because Iran is just prolonging this match.
11-12. Make that a 2-point lead for Iran.
That's her third attempt. And third time successful.
I think it's her left
Ankle roll.
Yeah. That can be painful. 2-point advantage. Shabort breaks the single block.
Boy, coming off the bench here in the fourth set, and instant impact for Shabort.
12 serving 13. Cameron Zion. Serving for Australia.
You know, one thing also that has improved for Iran is their first pass.
Good save though by tipping. And it leads to a point. The effort rewarded by Shabort.
Well, Shabort had enough time to ride the bench and to think, right? When she got subbed in the first set, she didn't play in the second, and in the third, and here in the fourth, she's now making her coach feel that, come on, I deserve the start.
Damn it. Bumps it, and another point back-to-back for Ella Shabort.
Well, that dribbled over the net, so great help.
Substitution Iran 18 out 3. Tali in.
And we see the entry of
Lady
Tali for Iran.
Serving 13.
Zayar serving for Australia.
Good pass.
Shabort again. Picked up this time. Attack. Salamat. Sims dives.
chance.
Redo here for Iran, and that goes through.
Through the ball.
Boy, the blockers were there, but they are not well established. Look at that great set.
Adi Tali just coming off the bench and immediately scoring to tie this game up. 14 all. Zamet goes to the pipe, and Caitlin Tipping will score.
Yeah, off speed there. And you know that Tipping has the biggest chance of selling those tips.
Neck and neck here in set number 4. But that's how it's been the entire match, except for set 1, wherein Iran pulled away by 6 before Australia came back. But it's been the middles who have been hitting efficiently for Iran.
And look at this. You expect to see more of these plays from Team Iran. You know, again, tall middle blockers, if you can milk them when they're there.
15 all. Tipping goes up.
Quick dig.
Aitak. Zamet back sets a tough one to Zaire. But again, and this time it works.
You know, Iran is just relentless in this match, I would say, in this set as well. You know, they just keep attacking and attacking. That's why in set number 3, they actually had more attacks than Team Australia.
You can see Aitak Salamat feeling the bit of fatigue there.
You think?
Sails out. $16 all. Lauren Cox will be the one to serve for the Volleyball.
Well, if you remember in the second set, yeah, when she came in and then pressure pack serve, she came through.
Oh, Salamat. Solid hit. She's not tired after all.
Question mark? Fatigue? But really, the first pass of Iran has improved so much here in the 4th set.
17-16. Tipping. Got a touch. Play continues. They go back to Tipping.
Still alive.
Iran once again with the coverage. Zamet goes back road this time to Shabort. Excellent defense played by Iran.
Oh!
And a chance for them to attack. Dorsa goes middle.
Long rally.
Australia asking for a touch, awarded to Iran.
And they're gonna challenge this.
And they're asking for a block touch.
Challenge by Australia for block touch. Challenge.
Sure.
The challenge is successful.
Great challenge there by Team Australia.
So challenge successful, Coach Russell and company, as we have another tied game at 17 all.
Did you expect any less? I mean, that has been the trend since not set number 1, but towards the end of set number 1
Yeah.
and 2 and 3. You think?
Two teams
Oh!
well matched, going at it. Sims ups it. Zaire unable to get it. Back row from Chabot. Patience
Yeah, great D.
on the part of Australia, but here comes Iran with a chance to attack. They go to Aitak Salamat, and the lead for Iran.
And the blocking can't seem to buy a ball. Talking about the blocking of Australia.
20 big points for Aitak Salamat, and more importantly, the lead for
Yeah.
Iran.
And same as the first, as at the start of the first set. Iran doing a good job in, hitting it through the blockers, over the blockers.
Pancake saved by Sims, and tipping rewards that effort.
Just the right amount of power, top spin to land inside. Look at that, just enough.
Oh, he mentioned how she had 27 points last night. Caitlin Tipping now has 28 markers.
And we ain't done yet. Yeah, foot fault. It was clear.
That's a rare error that you'll see from the players.
19 serving 18.
Has to keep her focus.
Serving,
Yeah, but that's not time, this is a time that Australia wants to establish a lead, but here we go again. A 2-point advantage for Iran.
We were here a while ago in set 3. A 20-18 scoreline, wherein Iran is up by 2 points. Timeout called by Australia.
All right, literally just take a deep breath, all right? Just relax for a sec, okay? Deep breath on it. We know what we're doing here, right? We've done it a few times, so just calmness out there. Be organised on the pass. We know how to play after that. Okay, we got the short blocker, let's use them. Here we go.
Yes! Let's go, guys! Here we go!
Timeout called by Australia, who are trailing by 2 points. By the way, we haven't had a 5-setter here in this tournament.
I must say, Iran really deserves to go the distance with the way they're playing. They're really pushing Australia. You'd like to see a stiff set from this team. You want to see more volleyball action from this team.
Yeah, Iran looks like they will not go down easily, but Australia getting a point after that timeout. Well, Cassie Dodd re-enters. Good sign for Australia as she's able to come back in the game after that ankle roll a while ago. Kara Inskip serving. 19-20. Dorsa just good reflex. The 1-2. There's a touch. Yes, there is.
Now, great strategy really by Iran here in the fourth set. Remember, again, I kept saying in the first set, they were successful hitting off the blockers. They're doing the same now, not just targeting the blockers, just hitting it and targeting the high hands. Outside.
Now you hate to see that, as a 3-point lead could have been huge at this point.
Or just keep it in play. You're not looking for a serve, right? Such a close match. Every mistake, they give it right back.
Mistakes happen, and Australia committing right after that one from Iran. Tit for tat. 2-point game. Iran 3 points away from forcing a 5-setter. But Chabort wants to keep it close.
You know, with Chabort playing this way, she's actually taking pressure away from tipping, right? The sets are being distributed more now here in the fourth set.
Good serve. And a free point for Caitlin Tipping.
Point goes to Australia.
Iran saying that it was an overreach. Let's check it out. It looked like a good ball, actually.
Yeah. Well, this time they're asking for a net fault. So they will challenge for a net violation.
For net fault. Challenge. Net fault.
Well, that's going to be huge.
Now, nobody was there to go against Caitlin Tipping, so it was all her hitting that. It's just a question of if she hit the net or not.
It's all her and the net.
So let's see on this challenge for the net fault.
I see the crowd continue to enter the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in anticipation for that Philippine-Chinese Taipei match at 7.
All days, all nights, the Philippines has played a jam-packed crowd inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, especially that it's a weekend.
A rainy weekend.
A rainy weekend doesn't matter for our volleyball fans. They have come to support. And the net moved, but it wasn't her hand that made it move.
It was all ball.
Yeah. No net touch. Point remains for Australia.
To Australia.
And it's now a 22-all scoreline. 30 points for Caitlin Tipping.
Monster numbers, monster output.
Virtual race to 3 here. Dorsa puts it up for a tax. Salamat, and the block lands inside, and a point for Australia.
And we've seen that in the first set and in the second set when the blocking comes to play for Australia. Good things happen.
Timeout, Iran.
خیلی مهمه که اول از همه کار یکمون رو درست انجام بدیم. زود در نمیریم برای اسفک، وای میستیم کمک برام. بریم به آرامش بازی کنیم. ماشاءالله.
Timeout called by Iran. They are down by a single point. Australia hoping to finish this off in 4 sets. But we've seen both teams come back and exchange blows.
Oh, that was a good serve.
That one is out off the block to the point for AD Tally.
Here we go again. We are tied.
23-all.
Again, using the outer hands of the blockers, tipping there. Great job by Iran.
All sets so far, both teams have reached 23 points at least. Including this 4th set, Zamet sets up the play to Tipping. Chabort goes up. Chance for Iran. Here comes the play. Aitak Salamat. Denied. Huge block for Cassie Dodd.
Boy, the blocking right now playing a big factor in Australia. going to match point.
Injured? I don't think so,
I don't
says
think so.
Cassie Dodd.
Serving for the match, Cassie
And she is
Dodd.
serving for the match. Australia up by 1. Towards the back sets to Aitak Salamat.
Oh!
Keeps it alive.
Touch Australia.
Saving that match point.
Well, you said injured. No. What about Salamat?
Tired?
Tired?
No.
No.
Serving Mobina Capalia.
Boy, all heart from these players. You gotta appreciate that.
24 all. Another extended set. Zamet goes to tipping. Oh, just enough.
Tipping.
Boy, I mean, she went up that full swing, but she took some pace off of that ball, and that made all the difference. Look at that.
31 points for Caitlin Tipping.
Match point.
What they want is this victory right here.
Oh!
Service error coming from Zamet.
And we are tied once again.
Race to 27.
Coach Berjao opting to not use Stevens here.
3 out of the 4 sets so far have been extended sets. And Caitlin Tipping puts them up once again. 32 and counting.
You gotta feel for Shaghayeg because that was a perfect opportunity for a stop. Blockers were established, but Tipping just smart hitting.
Well, she was a best scorer in a Sweden league. Let's see here. Oh!
Wow!
What a play! And the finisher for Ella Chabort as Australia wins this one in 4 sets.
Well, they're claiming that it was a violation because... Well, we're checking this.
Oh, Iran contesting that one.
Well, from our vantage point, it looked like Australia saved it from touching the antenna and they put the ball in.
Yeah. They will challenge for a net fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a challenge by Iran on the last action.
Anticlimactic finish, but we will see. There might be a chance for Iran to continue playing here.
But the first referee actually was sure. He kept saying that, you know, the game's done. The point goes to Australia, but we will see. That's
What were they contesting even?
I don't know, because it looked like a good ball. Maybe net fault, I don't think so, but we will see. That's why the challenge system is in place.
I think that the play that they were contesting cannot be challenged. There are some plays that you can't really contest.
I'm waiting for hand signals to at least give us an idea of what the challenge or the complaint is about.
But they want to see at least what happened on that last play, which will give us a clearer picture of how it ended. I think it was number 23, Ella Chabort, who went for that ball.
Just actually saving it from going out, right? She saved it.
And it went through in between the 2 antennas.
Yes.
So that should be inside.
It should be a good ball. I think they're just clarifying it.
They're putting up the 2 on their hands. I'm not sure if they're asking for a double contact.
Yeah. Maybe a catch and throw thing.
We're waiting for the official replay of the challenge. Again, we have time. The next match is scheduled at 7 p.m. between Alas Pilipinas and Chinese Taipei. Philippines already through to the semifinals, assured of that #1 seed in Pool A.
Yes.
Australia, meanwhile, will stay as #2 as we listen in.
just here.
But you can't
Talking
change your
on his
call.
own.
You can't change your
Use
call.
the attacking
You can't change your call
in
though. You
behind
already
the
made
chest.
your call.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you can't change your call. You've already made the call. You've already made your call.
In a surprising turn of events, the point has just been awarded to Iran.
Well, tipping was actually saying you can't change your call because you already made the call.
Australia. Point goes to Iran.
And that point goes to Iran. And we're still unsure of what happened in that play, what led to that decision.
Well, let's hope that we get a. Oh, there you go. No net touch.
So there's no net touch. That was a challenge that Iran asked for.
Well,
Unsuccessful.
yeah, but it's a clear case actually of overreaching. You can see the ball in the airspace of Iran. So it happened too quick. It looked like one motion, but it is a good call. The good call, the right call, we must say.
So we continue this match, 26 all. More volleyball to be played by these two incredible teams. And Ella Shabort says, I can't get it on that tip, but I will just power it through.
Well, that brings Australia to yet again another match point. Match point, right? Match point?
Yeah.
Yep.
Serving for the match. Kara.
Crowd wants more volleyball.
27-26, Kara Inskip with a serve. That's close to the net. A point away. And another extension.
Boy, you know, we've seen a lot of this Karimi, right? It looked like an overpass. But Dorza, just spectacular setting.
And Karimi, the middle blocker, keeping them in this game. Zamet tosses it. Shabort again. She has come alive here in set number 4.
Yeah, she has, you know, I mean, another great option for Australia, for Zamet.
8 points for Ella Shabort and another match point for Australia. The 1-2. Dorsa keeping them in this match.
Boy, that net.
We're tied at 20.
It is actually Australia that clipped the net anyway.
Now serving
This is the longest set so far. 28 all. Zamet to tipping.
Chance!
That's high. Oh! Waiting for that ball to land, and finally, it went back to the side of Iran.
Those were tense moments in the rally, and Australia prevails. But again, effort coming from Iran, trying to dodge the net, trying to keep that ball alive.
Match point after match point, but Iran keeps on fighting. Oh! And still in this match, throwing every bullet that they have.
Boy, you know, the middle's really rising to the occasion here. In the third set and in the fourth set for Iran. This time, it was Mopina.
They are fighting tooth and nail. Right now, 29 all. Tipping gets the point.
Boy, the blockers were there. We kept stressing the height advantage of Mopina, but Tipping just eluding the blocker. What an angle.
33 points
33.
for Caitlin Tipping. But she wants the win more than anything. Play continues. Here it goes. Chance for Tipping. No! But there's a touch, says the linesman. Yes.
Here again, we have the celebration, but wait, there's more. There's a challenge.
Australia celebrating already. And Iran says, hold up. We ain't done yet.
We still want court time.
And Tipping once again arguing. Ball in. Oh, they're trying to figure out which challenge.
Boy, they brought out 2 cards.
It should be a block touch because it went out, really, but the call was, there was a check.
Yeah.
So they will hope that nobody touched the ball on the defensive side.
Red or green? Red or green? Green! Final answer. And the red still coming out.
Iran. What an effort for this team, though.
What a game. It's such a great game.
You'd hate for this to end.
Yeah.
Caitlin Tipping and the volleys hyping up the crowd.
What an appreciative crowd, we have to say.
Well, this is quality volleyball we are seeing. Block touch. Did someone touch? Yes.
Yes. Okay, time to celebrate, Team Australia. You practiced twice. This is your 3rd time when it's actual.
And it ends officially with Australia winning in 4 sets, 31-29 on this final, and the respect shown by both teams, the coaches shaking hands, congratulating each other. But what a game we just witnessed here in the AVC Challenge Cup Arena.
Yeah, it goes to show really the caliber of these teams. You know, we did mention the world ranking of Team Iran is at 60, although they dropped 3 spots as of today. Australia from 59 to 56, and they're showing us top quality. This is the games of the 56 and the 60th ranked teams in the world.
We hear the crowd roar. They are ready for the next match. But this was a great game by Australia. A great win for them over Iran. 3 out of the 4 sets you mentioned extended.
This, actually, when you look at the time, it feels like a 5-setter. But again, we appreciate the effort of both Australia and Iran. Losing cause, but what a game, what a fight given by Team Iran.
And what about this lady right here, Caitlin Tipping?
What about it? 30 plus points, plus, with VAT, EVAT and everything.
And look at them celebrating. Enjoying that moment. And finally the challenge finished. They showed the replay, they saw the result, and they celebrated as Australia will now prepare for the semifinals. Look at the scores.
Look at that crazy score line by both these teams. I mean, we really enjoyed.
This probably is the longest 5-setter four-setter we've covered. It seemed like a 5-setter, even longer than that with how it went. But no complaints from the fans, from us. We enjoyed seeing these 2 teams go at it.
I think this is one of the best games of Iran. It's just sad that they had to lose, but if you look at the score line, really, they made Australia work for every set, and not just work extremely hard. They had to practice resilience and really patience.
As we take a look at the highlights of what happened here. Let's try to put it in a nutshell, Noreen, what happened in those 4 sets between Australia and Iran.
No, for me, in all those 4 sets, it really could have gone either way, right? Both teams showed that they are well matched, evenly matched. It's just the end game of Australia a bit, they just had enough strength, enough desire to pull it over Iran.
And once again, we see the score, 26-24, 25-23, 27-25, and 31-29 for the victory for the Volleyaroos, as we check now with our very own Denise Valdesancho, who is with Caitlin Tipping. Go ahead, Denise.
Hello, Noreen and Dip. I am here with Caitlin Tipping. Caitlin, congratulations to you and to the rest of the team. First of all, my first question, you guys were down by a set, and then during the last set, can you walk us through what was in your mind to finish this game strong?
I can only speak, I'm gonna get emotional. I can only speak for myself, but what I said when it was that really crucial moment was that I was so proud of the girls, and that no matter what, that we could always get the job done. And I'm just so proud of them. And I'm so lucky to be a part of this team. Yeah.
Caitlin, again, I can't congratulate you enough. You guys are bound to the semifinals. You guys had a great run for this this round. So what do you think are the room for improvement now that you guys are going to the semis?
I think for us, just working as a team like we have the entire tournament, we've just been gelling really well and just staying calm in those crucial moments. And I think we just have a lot of trust in each other that that we'll get the job done. And this is a huge win for us and such an accomplishment that no matter what happens from this stage, we got to be proud.
Caitlin, congratulations to you, to the team, everybody. This is the Australia squad. Back to you, Noreen and Dip.
Thank you, Denise. And what a performance from Caitlin Tipping, just propelling Australia to this victory. As we take a look at the final numbers and how close it was all throughout, Noreen.
Well, attack 67-61, blocking. We did say Iran has improved vastly in the different skill set. Australia, the 12 is a norm, but blocking 8 for Iran. They had 2 the previous game. That's huge, a huge leap. Aces 11, normal Australian numbers, but 7 improvement for Iran. So again, we're just excited for Iran's future in the sport of volleyball. But just to say, and aside, Tipping, emotional. That's how much each game means to all these players.
Nothing to be ashamed of for Tak Salamat and the rest of the Iran volleyball team, as they will still play in the classification. They tested this Australia team, who went on to win in 4 sets, as they are bound for the semifinals. But we still have a match to be played. That was the best prelude that we could have for the upcoming match, as we take a look at first the updated Pool A standings.
Well, the Philippines, you want to cheer for them and you want them to win, obviously, but it looks like that they're going to be number 1 regardless. If you look at the points, if you look at the points, it's 9 apiece, and set wins actually favors the Philippines. Nonetheless, we see that the 2 teams, Philippines and Australia, are safe to the semis, and they will join Kazakhstan and Vietnam.
Right.
And there will be a 1 and 2 crossover on Tuesday.
We are all excited for that. But we still have a match to be played. The fans are ready. We are all ready to give you the matchup between Alas Pilipinas and Chinese Taipei to cap off our Sunday quadruple header. That does it for our coverage for this game. On behalf of Denise Valdesancho, my partner Noreen Go, this is Dip Dipianco saying thank you for watching the 2024 AVC Challenge Cup. More volleyball action. So stay tuned here on Pilipinas Live on One Sports and on One Sports Plus.